Welcome back. It's Dawn, and this is Vegas Maniac Designs. So, funny story. I decided to go outside of my usual routine and buy some round 12-inch canvases off Amazon for like, I don't know, 26 or 27 bucks is 6 of them. Here's the issue with these that I don't have with the Hobby Lobby round canvases, which I think are about the same money. These don't like to tighten up. So I managed to get this to tighten up using high heat on a blow dryer and wetting it significantly. So I did get it tighter, but it's not real tight. Now what's going to happen with these canvases is once the paint is cured, they're going to do this number. See this, how saggy this is? So no matter what I do to this canvas, this is not going to be even a remotely sellable piece because the canvas is floppy. It's not stretched appropriately. That's the case with these cheapies from Amazon that aren't all that cheap compared to local pricing. So that's just a heads up for you. So what I'm doing today is a little more practicing with my no house paint, no varnish Shelly Art Bloom, faux Shelly Art Bloom. I'm doing kind of a ocean color swipe. So I have colored my pillow portion with Amsterdam turquoise and Arteza Pearl Ice Blue to give it a little bit of shimmer in case I get some pop through of the pillow. So I'm just going to kind of play here. I've done a couple of modified radial swipes on tiles to practice, and what my original intent was to do was a large radial swipe, but I think I'm going to play first. I think I'm going to throw down the pillow portion and layer some colors on and use my deep gold cell activator on a palette knife and just sort of play. And I'm just going to dig in. I've only got 2 regular tube paints in this mix. You know what? I'm going to also add the phthalo green, just a tiny bit, not a big pile of it. But it's going to be mostly pigments. So let me get my pillow down. And I hope you guys enjoyed the last video and are having an opportunity to play with the recipe that I'm using. And having some fun. I know it's nice for me to get back to bloom painting, bloom style painting. It's not exactly true bloom painting. It's not authentic. However, the results are pretty decent. And I'm going to use a heavy amount of these paints because I am going to be swiping and kind of grabbing into this pillow a little bit. Let's do some seaglass, and I have, oh, that was a bubble. I thought it was a chunk of something. Do some seaglass from TLP. And let's put a little bit of the green now. And this is just going to be like a squiggle, if it will squiggle. There we go. That was pretty good. A little bit of ballgown. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do the phthalo blue. next so I have something to set the next stack of pigments on. And now some ballgown. And then we'll do a little bit of the Duo blue-green. So I did use GAC 100 to to disperse these pigments. This batch that I just did, the Duo blue-green, the seaglass, and the macaw. And the reason I did was because I've thickened up my pouring medium just a tiny bit by adding a extra heavy gel gloss. This is the turquoise. So I knew it was going to be thick enough. That was my problem with the GAC 100, is it was thinning the pigments too much in order to get that disbursement that I was looking for before adding pouring medium. So this one is at the very bottom, and it is Lagune. And I think I've used a little bit of, oh, you know what? I did not use macaw. Silly me. I intended to use this a couple of times, a few times through this, but I forgot. So just another drizzle of the phthalo, sorry, this is actually ultramarine blue. And another tiny bit of the phthalo green. And now I'm going to do some swiping. Get my cell activator mixed up. And let's do and I have not done anything like this with this new recipe. So this is something very different for me. And I have actually done very little of this previously with the house paint mix. So it's extra new for me. And I think we'll do some knife modifications just to make it look like something. It's fun to just play in the paint and see what you come up with. As you try not to make a complete mess of what you're painting. Just trying to give it some flow, change the energy a little bit. I don't know, I like it just the way it is, so I'm going to stop there and move my stuff out of the way. And try to get these sides covered a little bit before we start to move this around. I have my paint weight up here where the cells are very dense and compact. So let's try. See if we can spread those out, woo, a tiny bit without losing them. There is such a huge learning curve to doing this type of paint technique with acrylic, all acrylic, and it is very challenging actually to kind of master it because of the nature of the pouring medium. Everything tends to want to split and flocculate because you are trying to stretch. Take a little paint weight over on this side where it hasn't rolled over. So, nice gentle spin. See if it will go on its own. I do like that I can leave these a bit thicker, but with these cheap canvases, not the best idea because it may sag and everything will puddle in the middle if that happens. I do have some round pieces of packing foam cut that I've used for resining that I think is going to find a home right in the back of this canvas. Just to prevent that from happening, because I have a feeling that's going to be an issue. I did get some nice stretch in that top area. And that's about as much as I want to spin off. I think it's really beautiful and has this nice undersea vibe to it that I'm really enjoying, and the cells are pretty fantastic. You have a lot of bubbles that do need to come off. So let's give it a torch, see if we can get rid of some. That's better, most definitely. So I am going to pause right here and run and get that piece of foam to put underneath so that it doesn't start to wet that canvas too much. And then I'll bring you in for a close-up. Okay, so I know now that I need to put the piece of foam in before I start painting because there's no way to get it in now, I discovered quickly. So I'm just going to give you a flyover, and I'll have to hope for the best on this one. So I think for the next one, I'm going to thicken up my my cell activator a little bit, see if I can get more of it to stay on top in the next design, because the areas where it's really thick look really nice, and the cells and lacing are very pretty and shimmery. So I'm hoping to make some adjustments that will be beneficial. So there you have it. I'll bring you back when it's dry and let